So, welcome to the third week of the NDL. We are going up against Overlord Jace, Cincinnati Beartics today. I need to give a couple of caveats, no Johns or anything like that. Past couple days, I've been dealing with heat exhaustion, so I'm sitting down and I'm keeping my AC running for this match. I'm going to do my best to make sure that the background noise that comes through of it is not bad. If it is, my apologies. So prep has been a little hazy, a little weird. So I've done what I could. I think I have some good stuff planned, but they also have a very condensed but scary team. So we're gonna hope that I didn't miss anything, and we're just gonna run with this. So we're running more so leaning towards Trick Room this time around, but in a weird way. So with some support options, we have Tinkaton. The main thing with this EV spread is that I wanted it to be kind of bulky. It outspeeds, I think it's everything up to low kicks in terms of speed tier on their team, and everything except for maybe Flutter at non-boosting natures. So overall outspeeds a good amount on their team. Fake Out just very good. Gigaton Hammer, even with just 12 attack. Oko's they would have to be max HP and max defense bold Flutter main to live this, I'm pretty sure. And if that's what they're running, then I'm kind of okay with that. I think I can deal with that if they end up going for that, for the fact they won't have any speed, that sort of deal. Knockoff and Play Rough are just generally very good moves, and we're own tempo because they have an intimidating Tauros. Mold Breaker doesn't really give us anything in Pickpocket. With AV, doesn't really make sense. So that's kind of where I'm at there. Tornadoes, I have a Focus Sash because, well, I let it hit. Tailwind Storm, Bleak Wind Storm, Taunt and Rain Dance, just general good stuffs to have. I'm actually going to move this over into defense because you're not that. I don't know, who knows, that 1 point might matter. It'd be funny if it does. Special defense I care more about on this than physical defense for this week. And so Tailwind support, very good. Bleak Wind Storm, very good damage. Taunt, if I'm not in my psychic terrain, then very good at shutting down certain things. Rain Dance in general for helping out Basculegion primarily, and also kind of shutting down things like their Heatran. That's the plan there. So the Trick Room stuff, now we're coming in nice. So this Ndl set is very standard overall, as is similar with Psychic Seed for the third time in a row. Trick Room, Follow Me, Dazzling Gleam, Helping Hand. The idea is be able to redirect away, set up a Trick Room, boost up some damage, and then just going as slow as we can. There's some stuff with the speeds that kind of work out the same way for Ndl, but more so for Armor Rouge, where the fun is. So 31 speed stat, but with minus speed nature, makes it set I'm barring certain circumstances of things that I don't think are going to happen and I don't care about. I am slower than everything that I need to be, so I'll underspeed everything in Trick Room. But in Tailwind, I will outspeed everything that I realistically could, even if I were to go max speed. So in general, this just works out really nicely for Tailwind. I can go kind of max bulk. Terra Grass is my best Terra option. Getting out of my original typing is going to be good. I have Flash Fire because of Heatran, and Grass is good into things like the Superior. I'm not sure if the Superior is going to be Terra Stellar or what the deal is. And I didn't really know what to do for items, so I went Life Orb. Just for general damage. We are packing Trick Room as the fourth move on this so that, it can potentially be the way to set up the Trick Room. Mischievous, this is the weird one. I was kind of struggling with this. This is almost a Rockhead Arcanine. Maybe I regret that, but I don't know. I want to have some fun with this. So we're going up against Flutter Mane, so let's run the thing that is basically a Flutter Mane. That, funnily enough, defensively is potentially might be better. Hold on, I'm going to do a calculation here. We're going to do 135 divided by 85. Okay, so 85 is def, so 150 times 1.5. Well, yeah, times 1.5. We're going to look at 225 special defense. I actually am just genuinely curious about this now. If I look at this, you're low. Hold on. Haha, so we actually are bulkier than a Fluttermane. That is very funny. So this EV spread, especially we are bulkier than a Fluttermane going up against a Fluttermane. Very cool. Shadow Ball just to be able to do some damage. Trick Room to be able to set the Trick Room once again for us. Protect is just generally good. And then Perish Song. Because while I'm not going for a Perish Trap mode with a Gothita, didn't really feel like I could swing that this week. They're often, you know, that's a hard thing to pull with a Mistreatus and a Gothita. That's 3 total points of the draft. But this slot was like a little weird to try and figure out. Basculegion, pretty normal shit, I think. The Clear Amulet because they have Tauros. Terra Electric Terra Blast because they have a Tauros. And a, you know, Galarian Zapdos and that sort of thing. Last Respects and Wave Crash are just generally good into them as well. Protect because Protect is good. In either Rain or Tailwind, being at max speed Adamant lets me outspeed everything that I care about, which is cool and good. You know, that's I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I'll figure it out in the battle. All I know is that actually I can check right now. Yeah. So what this speed lets me do is it outspeeds everything except for a Scarf Superior or a speed boosting Fluttermane with max speed. But I wasn't going to be able to speed those anyway unless I went for a Choice Scarf. And if I'm doing that, then I'm, you know, susceptible to Intimidate. But with this, I can potentially go for the double speed boost of Tailwind and Swift Swim. So not too concerned about that. So we'll see what happens there. This is... I want to run... I would love to be able to put Icy Wind on something, but I just kind of can't do it because they have Contrary and they have Defiant. So we're just gonna roll with this, and we're gonna see what happens. Also, Armor is the kill leader right now. Be cool to keep that streak going, but I mean we'll see. And kind of want Heat Wave as well, but I'm gonna go Armor Cannon instead. I want to punch holes. Yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna get into the battle shortly here with Jace, so see you then. Okay. We're in here. They did bring the low kicks. Was there something that they didn't bring that I thought they would? Okay, I don't need to worry about the Prankster Illumise. They didn't bring the Espathra, which is kind of nice for me. Okay, so he has Terra Flying and Terra Water. It's not Terra Stellar. That makes me very happy. I can more freely go for it. I'm also very happy that I have the Terra Electric now, because that's going to really put a lot of pressure on him to not Terra his Superior. So we're looking at, let's build this out, right? So we got Fluttermane. We've got Zapdos Galar. Superior. Tauros Aqua Breed. Heatran. And Low Kicks. Okay, so in terms of leads here, Fluttermane on lead seems pretty... Okay, let's look at what has Taunt. Alright, Taunt. No Taunt. Taunt. Basically everything has Taunt. Alright, so we're gonna call you Flying, you're Water. Oh, I'm taking up so much time here. Okay, so leading off with getting Trick Room set up seems pretty nice. I could also potentially lead Tornadus Mischievous for that, because that would allow me to taunt into the into the possible Imprison Fluttermane. Although if the Fluttermane is going for Imprison off rip, I'm not like the most scared, you know? So if they lead Gyarados beside me, that's a problem. I also could go for my fast mode initially. I do kind of like that. Low Kicks, you get Swarm and Tinted Lens. So I feel like if I lead Tinkaton Basculegion... Oh, hold on. Tinkaton Basculegion, how is that a throw from me? So I can fake out one thing and then I can get the solid damage off with another. And then I can try and clean up with Armor Rouge and DD in the back, but then I'm bringing no speed control. If I bring the speed control in the back, I want to bring Armor Rouge along with it, and I can potentially go for the Trick Room, but I wouldn't need to in that matchup. And so then I could go for like a late Tailwind or something like that. I kind of want to try for that. It's a little unorthodox, but I'm going to try for that. Okay, cool. Cool. So, Tinted Lens is just that, like, okay, yeah. That's fine. We get the Intimidate doing nothing, which is cool. You don't get fake. No, nothing on your team gets fake out. I know this. For a factoid. If I look at your physical moves, you do have Earthquake. You do have Lash Out as dark coverage, which could be bad. You have Water-type Raging Bull. I'm basically wondering... Oh, but then the low kicks could do some heavy damage here. And if it's something like a band, something like that, I think I want to fake out the low kicks. And 130, so you're going to outspeed me almost certainly. 110 speed. Is there any reason not to just Terra this? Well, because I might want to Terra Armor Rouge in the back, right? So if I look at... I want to look at my Basculegion into a low kicks. Sucker Punch would KO me. But I would be faking it out. And my fake out does about 10% minimum. My Wave Crash does 84, so there's a good chance that I OHKO. So I think I want to double into that slot with a Wave Crash. Does 12%. They go for a Wave Crash of their own. Okay. I flinch, I Wave Crash, I take it out. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, this guy gets Wave Crash, and he did 75% to my Tinkaton. Tauros Paldea Aqua. Oh my god, you're not that level. You're this level. Okay, so you're definitely not choice banded. Are you something like a Mystic Water, potentially? So that did... So 192 down to 48. 75%. And so that would mean... So that was 70... So that'd be 75%. So it's possible you're Mystic Water. If you're something just like, I don't know, fucking Citrus Berry. Do 70%, which is 135. Does that say how... I want to know the number. Let me do that on my phone because I don't want to bring it up on my PC. So we're going to do 192 minus 48 is 144 damage. So you have to be a boosting item. Okay, so you might be Mystic Water. I'm going to say Mystic Water for now. I'm going to say Tauros, maybe Mystic Water, maybe Muscle Band. I don't know. Okay. Cool. Alright, we're gonna go Basculegion against a Fluttermane. So there's a Fluttermane no booster. If I go Terra Electric, Moonblast when I'm at 75 health could take me out. There's a good chance they just go for another Wave Crash. My brain short-circuited there. Wow. Illegal Terra. No. The switch in... If they go for a D-Gleam... Hold on. We'll say Dazzling Gleam. I'm also calculating choice specs, to be fair. I'm predicting there'll be choice specs. So if they go for a Shadow Ball... I'm just cooked. There's just like no way around it. I could potentially, if I protect, what does that get me? Protect lets me get in my Tornadus beside this and allow me to potentially go for a Tailwind. That seems really worthwhile. And so I think my best bet here is to attempt a Gigaton Hammer into that slot, and I'm going to protect. Yeah, so they just go for that KO. That's fine. And so they do Shadow Ball. And if they're Shadow Ball Timid Specs, they have a chance to just KO me. 205... okay, so if they're Specs, I would outspeed them after I Tailwind. If they are Scarf, they still outspeed me, but they can never KO me. So I go for this. I go for a Tailwind. I'm going to Terrastalize now. Because if I don't Terrastalize, then they will knock me out, unfortunately. And then I think I have to do it. I think I have to make it so that the Tauros and the Armorers takes on the Tauros, which is doable. And because I don't want to weaken myself, I am going for Tailwind here. Terrastalize. And actually, ooh, hold on. Last Respects with... how do I change how many KOs it has in the calc? Can I? Hold on. Let me try this. 100. Oh my lord. Yeah, that's it. That's the move I go for every single time. They have no immunities. So one last time. Tailwind, Terrastalize, Last Respects into the Flutterman. And I just OHKO. Okay, so it's not Scarf. They bring me down low, which is fine. Alright, so we're gonna say no Scarf. This is going to be probably just another one of those. It's Balloon. They were expecting like an Ursaluna. Their team is so good into me for into my Ursaluna. It's actually kind of crazy. Yeah, okay, so you at your max speed do not outspeed this boy, so that's good. I think I can just afford to go for the Bleak Windstorm. And is there a reason for me to, like, okay, how does attacking here let me throw, right? So if I Bleak Windstorm miss, Tauros, some kind of attack into Basculegion that KOs it. I don't knock it out, and then I don't have a way to attack into you. So I think I try and Bleak Windstorm. Because I have Tailwind turns left, I can use Armor Rouge to help clean up as well. And like if this doesn't KO, then this guy will. Do you get Aqua Jet? Okay, so it does get Aqua Jet. That's good to know. Is there any reason? Do I think it can do any? I don't think the Heatran can do anything to touch my Basculegion. And so I just want to go for another. I think I just want to go for the Last Respects into the Tauros. I do just hit it and knock it out. Good. Okay. And I get to learn some info here. So that did 47% and it was Overheat. Okay. We got Overheat. I'm gonna remove Taunt off of anything I haven't seen it on yet. That was just for my own reference. This is gonna be Shadow Ball. The Tauros went down. We send out Armor Rouge now. This guy's lowered. So we Bleak Windstorm. And basically, is there a way for me to lose this if I don't want to show them Shadow Ball? If I go Armor Rouge and I go Heatran, Reggie Bulky Attacker, Expanding Force can do like 22 or so. And if this Heatran's at -2, Earth Power, yeah, okay, so I can just Expanding Force. Bleak Wind does 17. Okay, cool. So we go up one round. Okay, so the Heatran from Basculegion from base 100 took like 47, so it's not 100%. Hit him with the GLHF again. It's not 100% defensive. Okay. So last time I led with Tinkaton and Basculegion. Do they try and counter lead me this time by just leading the Fluttermane outright? I think the answer is yes. And so I think I want to just do the Ndl Armor Rouge, and we're going to go for Trick Room stuff this time. Basculegion was very, very strong. And going with... I don't think we need the Tink. I would rather have the Torn over the Tinkaton. But do I feel like I have a reason to want the Mischievous here? I think the answer is no, so I'm going to go with these four. Okay. Alright, so this potentially is bad. Potentially. So if the low kicks, let's see low kicks U-turn, right? Low kicks U-turn has a chance to knock me out with Life Orb, and a very good chance to knock me out with Choice Band, assuming that they're adamant, which they probably are. Let's assume they do knock me out. We're gonna look at Zapdos Galar. Do you have... You don't have a Reg G set, which is kind of unfortunate. I have no idea what your typing possibly is. So we're gonna say Armor Rouge. They, at worst, could have, like, Knockoff, which we live. Which makes me want to do Follow Me into Trick Room. Because... Yeah, because I don't have the ability to protect. Because if they decide to double into this slot, right, with like a knockoff and a U-turn or a knockoff and a knockoff or something like that, right, they try to go something fancy kind of like that, things could go poorly. But what I'm kind of thinking might be a cool play is to go for a Dazzling Gleam. Like if I look at this, Dazzling Gleam does like 30%. That's kind of not worth it when I can just get the speed. So we're going to Follow Me and we're going to Trick Room. They go Terra Flying. Okay, that's spooky. Okay, we live. That's good. That's good. We got the Heatran here. And they go for a knockoff, and we get this out. Okay, cool. So I could go out to Torn. That doesn't give me anything though, so I'm gonna go out to Basculegion now. And now I get to play fun games. Right? I get to play fun games. Because Basculegion... Also, this dude... Hold on. You did what, 48%? Okay, so you're not banded, that's for sure. You're probably Jolly max speed. Let's see. We're going to first look at... Alright, so Heatran... Reg G, bulky attacker into Basculegion. You don't scare me. So you don't scare me there. Earth Power could do a lot. I also have Psychic Terrain. Shadow Ball doesn't do a whole lot in return, unfortunately. We're gonna go back to Basculegion. We're gonna look at Low Kicks. How does Low Kicks have a set, but fucking what's it called? But Zapdos doesn't. That's crazy. Okay, so we see that this guy has Knockoff. We don't know an item on it yet. So Basculegion, this guy with... Alright, let's say Knockoff is KOing me to Oblivion. If I Terra, though, it's not. If I look at my Armor Rouge and I Terra, it could with U-turn, but then I'm risking my Armor Rouge going down if I don't terrestrialize that mon, I'm able to knock it out with an armor cannon, which I would be able to do first, actually. And not terrestrializing here is safer, so I am going to armor cannon that slot, and I'm going to protect. Because you have flash fire, you do not have, like, storm drain equivalent of flash fire, so I'm just going to flash fire this slot. You protect that slot, very good. I protect my Basculegion, and you go down and you're not sash. Very, very good for me. So, we take a KO. This is beautiful. Fluttermane does come out. So almost certainly terrestrializing you here. You just protected. If I were to wave crash into that and you were to go like Superior. Okay, let's look at Heatran again. Right, so Heatran again, so like Last Respects is doing like piddly ass damage, but if you go like Superior, it's not doing amazing damage. Do I have any reason to terrestrialize this? You're no way you're like min speed, right? So I actually don't need to terrestrialize this turn. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. So we're gonna Last Respects into the Fluttermane, and we're gonna switch out into Tornadoes. Oh my god, beautiful. Last Respects, and we get the KO. Oh my god, we're doing so well here. Alright, Zapdos Galar comes out. Alright, so let's look at Zapdos Galar. 50. Knockoff can do a shit ton to me. If I terrestrialize, I have a chance to KO you. You are terrestrialized into a flying type now. That doesn't change any of my rolls. But defensively, your Brave Bird does less now. And we kind of saw that we wall this this Heatran with Armor Rouge. So it's kind of, once again, I don't... no, I was about to say it's like I don't feel the need to terrestrialize, but I kind of do because of the damage, but I don't feel the need on Armor Rouge to do it anymore, honestly. Because I think that if I terrestrialize Terra Blast this, there's no way that this dies in like this next turn. And so what I can do is I can swap out the Tornadus again. I'm going to do a double. Let's see, so this Terra Blast, 37% chance to OHKO. Because, no, even Brave Bird plus... You'd have to call a close combat. I think that this is safe. So we terrestrialize here, Terra Blast that slot, and switch out Armor Rouge again. Oh, we eat the Overheat with our Flash Fire. Amazing. We get the KO there, and now it's just this, and we just Wave Crash. And we Expanding Force. Oh my god. That was not the way I thought that this was going to go, but I'm very content with how I maneuvered that Trick Room. Jace, GG's. Your team is very, like, your pool of mons is as small as it can be, but you have very, very scary mons, and it prevented me from bringing certain tools I would love to. Like, Intimidate would be great into, you know, like the Tauros and the low kicks. Can't do that because of, you know, Superior and, you know, Galarian Zapdos. The Fluttermane in general is insane. I was worried about the Heatran. I can see why you brought Air Balloon on it because I have the Ursaluna, but, you know, like, the Water Bowl and Superior, once again, make it very hard. Even with Terrain to block First Impression, the low kicks, incredible damage output. Illumise to be able to also put up Prankster Tailwind, and you would also be protected from Taunt if I put up my own Psychic Terrain because you're not a flying type. Like, your team is scary. That's kind of all I had to, like, that was intense. A bit upsetting that Mischievous didn't do anything, but I also, like, didn't think that it would. I'm happy to show Armor Rouge and Trick Room, though. That was very satisfying. And Basculegion proving once again, like, there's a reason that I picked this up. There's a reason I picked this up, and so happy I gave it Terra Electric. Oh my god, Terra Electric was saving me there. So we are now 3-0. I'm feeling real good about this. That's 3-0 with 2-0 victories too. We're sitting pretty here. Big fan of this. Big fan of what's happening here. So Jace, good luck in the rest of the season to come. And listen, all the standard like, comment, subscribe stuff, please. I would appreciate it. Like, I could put up a graphic if I wasn't lazy of showing like, oh, like only 25% of my views are subscribed. That means that like 2 of the 8 people that I've watched are subscribed, which means I can probably find you all.
I can find you all.
So it would be nice. I'd appreciate it. This is fun stuff. It'd be motivating to do so. But in any case, see you next week. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. Thanks a ton, and peace out.